Hi guys, so we're going to see an absolute epic level of hypocrisy by the Conservative Party here. Now, we've heard from them over the last number of days about the sacking of the P&O Ferry staff, how angry members of Parliament for the Conservative Party were, how angry junior ministers were, how angry senior ministers were, and how this was completely disgraceful. It was terrible action taken by P&O, and they should be punished in some way. They weren't specific about how they should be punished, but they said that the government will review contracts that they currently have with P&O Ferries. Now, what am I talking about hypocrisy? Well, the hypocrisy is many people, including some MPs who went to the protests themselves and got heckled there. Many of these MPs will say, yes, I care about workers, but when it comes to actually voting, they don't back up that rhetoric with votes. And I've said this before, ignore what they actually say in Parliament, ignore what they say on TV, and look at their voting record. And on Monday, it was opposition day. They had the opposition parties had their motion. This was the P&O Ferries and employment rights motion, which, well, was defeated because, you can see here, a number of parties voted with the Labour Party, who put forward this motion. The SNP, Wales, the Welsh Party, we have Liberal Democrats, we have Labour Party as well. And even if we go down through the parties that voted with this, we have the Tellers, we have Alba, Alliance in Northern Ireland. Even the Democratic Unionist Party voted with Labour on this. Independents voted with Labour. This was supported by the Labour Party and the opposition parties. Now, who voted against it? Nobody voted against it, but you can see here no vote recorded, which means they abstained. We have the Alba Party and we have the Conservative Party. So the Conservatives, who had been banging on about how, this action taken by P&O Ferries is disgraceful and they need to be punished, well, they abstained on this vote. And what's interesting is if we go down to the MP for this area, where is she? Yes, Natalie Flick, the MP for Dover, she abstained here as well. So this is the one who went down to the protest to shout shame on you to, I'm not sure who, but it was eventually turned on her, who complained in the House of Commons about radical militant trade unionists. Well, when it came to actually defending workers, which she claimed to care about, she abstained. Now, why didn't the Conservatives vote no? Because it looked bad. So instead they're saying, no, we're not going to have anything to do with this. It's a sort of cowardly way out. We're not going to vote against it because it'd make us look really bad. We're not going to vote for it because we want to protect businesses, not workers. But we don't want to look like we're protecting businesses. But in a sense, when it comes to something like this, abstaining is like voting no, because the motion did not pass. It passed, but it will not be, the government can reject it. So in a sense, the government was not defeated because it's not binding. They won't actually have to implement this into law, even though a majority, 211 voted against no, because there were no no's. So it won the vote, but because the government can ignore it because it's non-binding, it's not going to have any effect. So it's a symbolic victory. So as I said before, when the Conservative Party talk about caring about workers, when they stand up in Parliament and make these passionate speeches, ignore it. Look at the voting record. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. And one other thing, remember this the next time you're going to vote.